Hello pattern lovers, welcome to OG Patterns. Today we'll be working on this dress. Now for this, all we need is the basic dress block which I already traced out from the sloper. So this is the center front and this is the center back. Okay, moving on. Now looking at the diagram, the design starts from the neckline, so it has like a little opening from the neckline, and then it curves towards the bust area and curves inward towards the under bust, then going down to the waist before we connect it back to the hip. Okay, so what we're going to do first is, first of all, mark out our length to under bust. So you have to measure length to under bust from the shoulder downwards and then score it out. So you measure length to under bust from your shoulder down and score it out. So this is my length to under bust. Okay, so we're using this as a guide to draw out our curve around the under bust area. Now looking at the diagram, it starts from the neck. So don't forget, this is a half scale. That's the miniature pattern. That means whenever I'm doing this, whenever I'm working with on this pattern, you have to double it to do for a big size. So for this is a small version. So I'll just, from the base of the neck, I'll work with 1 cm because it's narrow. So that means for a standard pattern, you work with like 2 cm. So from the base of the neck, you take in 1 cm and mark. Now looking at the curve and following it, we have to, and then it starts opening up towards the chest area to the bust. So I have 1 cm here. Here I would work with 2 cm from the chest area, and then around the bust area we'll go with 2 cm, 2.5. So the curve starts coming out up on towards the under bust. I will work with 2 cm. So midway, like around here, it's still going to be like 2.5. So the curve would flow. Now coming down towards the waist, this is 2 cm. Then towards the waist, it would narrow back in. So down here towards the waist, I'm going to work with like 1.5, not up to the 2 cm and not as little as the 1 cm. So this is like 1.5, and then following the curve from the waist, it goes towards the hip. So we want to work on it very well. So that means around the waist, the 1.5, I'll bring it down just a bit. So you can improvise as you see fit. The most important thing is that you get the exact shape you want. Okay, so now let's connect. So I'll be connecting them in beads. Placement of curve is important. So you have to flow with the curve. So from the neck, I'll take it in, my curve in a bit, and stop around the chest area. Okay, so next is to flip the curve and connect from this point. Now connect from the chest area. Place your curve in a way that it flows from the chest area, passing through the point on the bust area towards the under bust. So we'll stop at the under bust. So you have to keep tilting the curve till it sits right. You have to meet all the points. So when connecting, and ensure it flows. We don't want any sharp edge. Okay, now we're done. The next one. Now from here, we'll connect it down to the waist. Now flip the curve, connect from here. If you check, see how I keep flipping the curve, because we want it to sit right. I want to ensure we eliminate any sharp edge. There's no sharp edge anywhere. To the waist. Now from the waist, okay, so I want to ensure it comes down to about 3 cm below the waist level. So I'll mark 3 cm, go it down from the waist. Here it's straight, and if you want it to be a bit curvy, it's a choice, but based on what we are working. Now from the 3 cm, we flip the curve, place it in a way that it curves from this 3 cm and then it goes towards the hip. So you see it's going to touch. I'm going to place it till it touches the 3 cm, the tip of my dart, and then it goes towards the hip this way. Placement of curve is very important. So this is what we have for the shape drawn out. Okay, next thing we want to do is work on the neckline. So expand the neckline a bit. For this, I would work with, let's use 2.5 cm. We can do 2.5 or we can do 3. So let's just use 3 cm, and then I would take it back to meet up. Or we can drop this neckline down a bit, but I'll just work with this. Kindly note, you can alter as you want. You can drop down the neckline a bit by like 1 cm and then reconnect. That also works perfect. So don't forget, whatever you do to the front neck, you do it to the back. So from neck point we did 3 cm in. Now from neck point we'll also mark 3 cm in and connect it to the back neck. And you can also drop the back neckline a bit. So here I'll just drop the back neckline a bit to like 0.5. You can use 1 cm, you can do more. Okay, so this is what we have. What we're going to do next is label and then cut out in order for us to eliminate the darts and introduce the fullness. Okay, so this is center front, which means it's going to be on fold. This is the side seam, so this is the side front. Okay, now we have that, and I'm going to cut out the piece. So we're cutting out here, so we'll cut out following the shape we just marked out, and then we can continue. Okay, so before I cut out this, and that's what I want to do is shape the bottom of the dress. This is our center front, this is both sides, seam for back and front. So then down we have to narrow it down a bit. So I'll just work with 1.5 at the hem and 1.5, and then connect with ruler to the hip part. So you can try to alter your measurements. The 1.5 is not standard. Okay, so 1.5, stick it in, and now I'll cut out. Okay, so it's cut out now. This is the front, center front of fold. So I keep this aside and bring this. Now we have to eliminate the dart and then introduce the necessary fullness. So what I'll be doing next is cut out on the true bust line to meet up the tip at the shoulder dart this way, and then we'll close up the shoulder dart so it will open up. So be careful when you're doing this so you don't rumple the pattern. So it opens up. So this, we've eliminated shoulder dart. Let me just tip it down. Alright, so this is done. Next is to eliminate the waist dart. Now to eliminate the waist dart, we can take it out on the side. Just measure what you have, measure the dart space. Whatever you have, take it out on the side seam. So you want to ensure you take out exactly what you have alone. Okay. I'll still blend it because don't forget we can't have sharp edge anywhere on our pattern. So what I'm going to do next is blend here, blend this part because we cannot have sharp edge. So the pattern is going to come out, it's going to be looking funny, but don't worry, it is your measurement and it will sit because we need to eliminate this. Because if you say you want to, let's say, close it up to open it up, the pattern is here is going to be looking funny, and to make this part not to sit right, so you just want to take it out on the side. That's the safest bet, but there are other methods too. Okay, that's what we need to do now is cut out. So that means we've eliminated this. I'll take it out on the side. Right, next what we're going to do is slash and spread. So looking at the diagram, the slash method comes from around the chest area, that's the bust, around, let me say, the top bust area. So we'll slash to the side, we slash this, or we can work with what we have another slash line here, and then it stops. Okay, so just have my markings for the slash lines, and then I'll spread on another paper. So that's what we'll be doing next. Let's do the tip. So I said the slash line will stop around the under bust area so it doesn't get to the waist. Now we'll spread this to spread to desired width. So for it to be even, we want to spread, we have same allowance when spreading, the same opening. So I would work with 2 cm. I'll just work with 2 cm. You can use 2 cm, you can use 1.5, it depends. So the amount of fullness will determine the amount of spread you add will determine the fullness when sewn. You want to spread, so just use 1.5 or 2 cm, your choice. Okay, I'm done holding it down. Next, what I had to do is connect and then add the necessary seam allowance for it to flow. Alright, now, so we're done cutting out. Don't forget to label, write out the details. Now this is center front. This is the CF part. Let me take out this so we can see. This is the CF part, center front that is cut on fold. You want to indicate your side seam, and this is the side front. This is the side front. So by the time of all the gathers, it would fit in here. Please don't forget you can alter the pattern as you see fit. Like if you want to probably increase the shape for the bust area, increase the front shape, it's fine. And the neckline, if you want to drop your neckline, that's perfect. Now this is the center back with all the straight grain cut surface. You add the necessary seam allowance. Thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next video.